Now that we know how to write numbers in scientific notation, we want to operate on them. So first of all, let's look at how to add and subtract numbers that are written in scientific form. So first of all, let's take a look at adding or subtracting two numbers that are written in scientific notation where the powers of 10 are the same. So for example, let's try this one here. What if we have this number here like 8.1 times 10 to the 6th, and we're going to add, say, 4.2 times 10 to the 6th. So in this case, both powers of 10 are the same. So we're just going to add these decimal parts and then use the same power of 10. So what we're looking at here is this. We're going to have 8.1 plus 4.2 and then multiply that by still 10 to the 6th. So the 8.1 and 4.2, that'll give us 12.3 times 10 to the 6th. And now, we need to make an adjustment here. This result is not in scientific form. So we're going to have to move this decimal point to this position right here. But to do so, we're going to have to change our power of 10. So let's just think, what did we do to get this decimal point here? We moved it 6 places. Now it's positive, so we moved it 6 to the left. But it looks like we didn't go far enough. We need one more, right? So to get it here, we moved it 6 places to the left. That's got us here. We need one more. So we're going to have this as 1.23 times 10 to the 7th. So let's now make this subtraction here. We've got this number in scientific form, and then what we're going to do is subtract this number that's in scientific form. So both of them, notice, are 10 to the 11th, so what we can do here is just make the subtraction here with these decimal parts. That'll look like this, 8.1 minus 4.2, and then multiply that by that common power of 10. So working inside here, 8.1 minus 4.2, that gives us 3.9 times 10 to the 11th. And notice, this number is in scientific notation, so no adjustment is necessary here. Here's a couple you can try. You can try this one here, make that addition, and then this one here, make the subtraction. So maybe turn off or put the video on pause, try them, and then when you come back, I'll have them worked out, or at least the answers worked out for you. So on the first one, notice we have the same powers of 10, so we're just going to add these decimal parts. And that will give us 5.1 plus 7.7, and then we'll use the same power of 10, 10 to the negative 5. Let's squeeze it in over here. 5.1 plus 7.7 is 12.8 times 10 to the negative 5. But this is not in scientific notation, right? This decimal point has 2 non-zero digits to the left, so let's get it into the proper position. We want that decimal point right here. Now, just to get it here, look what we did. We moved it 5 places. That says we moved it to the right. So we started someplace, we moved it 5 to the right. That got us here, right? 5 to the right got us here. That's one too many. So back it off 1. Back it off to 4. So we're going to write this now as 1.28 times 10 to the negative 4. And now in this problem number 2, we have the same powers of 10. So let's just take this 1.26 and subtract 9.42. It's going to look like this. What we're doing is taking 1.26, we're going to subtract 9.42, and we'll multiply that by the common power of 10. Now when we make this subtraction here, we get negative 8.16, negative 8.16 times 10 to the 8, and this is in scientific notation, so no adjustment necessary. Now let's go on to the second case. So the second case that we're going to look at is if the powers of 10 are different. So if they're not the same, what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the two numbers so that the powers of 10 are the same. Then we'll add or subtract like we just did. Let's look at an example here. Suppose we have this number, 3.4 times 10 to the 4th, and we're going to add to that, say, 2.5 times 10, let's say, to the 6th. so that these two powers of 10 are different. Now, the way I usually do these problems is I'll take the higher exponent down to the lower exponent. So I'll make this a 4, then we'll have both of them 4s, and we can just add the corresponding decimal parts. Let's see what happens. So we're going to get 3.4 times 10 to the 4th plus, now we want to take this 6 down to a 4. So think about, how did we get that decimal point right there? Well, the positive 6 tells us we moved it from its original position 6 places to the left, right? It's positive, so we went 6 to the left. That got us right here. Well, we don't want 6 places to the left. We want only 4. So let's back it off 2 places. So here's 6, 5, 4. So we'll add a 0 here, right? So we started and we moved it 6 to the left. That was too far, so we'll back it off 2 here and here. So that's going to give us 2, and then the 5 and the 0. Right, now we're going to back it off 2. Here it was. Here's our 2, and that'll take us down to the 4th times 10 to the 4th. All right, now we're in good shape. We've got 2 powers of 10 that are both the same, so we can just add these decimal parts. So what we're going to look at here is 3.4 plus 250 times that common power of 10. So this is going to give us 3.4 and 250. This is going to give us 3.4 times 10 to the 4th. So just out of curiosity, what would happen if we made, here's what we did. I took the 6 down to the 4. What would happen if we took the 4 up to the 6? Let's see what we would get. So we have to adjust this one here. Let's do that. So we're going to get, what we want is that 3.4 times 10 to the 6. So let's just see what we have. 3.4 times 10 to the 4. Now, to get this decimal point right here, we must have moved it 4 places. It's positive, so we went 4 to the left. Right, we went 4 to the left. But we want 6, so we're going to have to go 1 more and 1 more. So we're going to have to add a 0 here. So what it's going to look like now is this. 0.034 times 10 to the 6th. Okay, let's make sure we've got this. To get the decimal right here, we moved it 4 places to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But we really want 6. So 5 and then 6. So there's the 5 and the 6. Okay, and now we're going to add the 2.5 times 10 to the 6th. So if we add these two numbers, now 0.034 plus 2.5 times, now 10 to the common power, we're going to get 2.534 times 10 to the 6th. Now let's look at what we've got here. We've got this one down here and this one up here. This one down here is, we've got the 2534 but to the 4th, and this one we have 2534 to the 6th. Are they the same? Let's write this one in standard form. So I'm going to take this one back down to 0 here. So to get the decimal here, we must have moved it 4 places positive. So we went 4 to the left. To get it out, just go 4 to the right. So 1, we'll need 3 zeros. So this is now going to look like this. 2, 5, 3, 4, and 3 zeros. Right, 3 zeros, right? Because there it is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one, we're going to write as 2, 5, 3, 4. Now what did we do here? To get this 6, we must have moved this decimal point. To get it here, we must have moved it 6 places to the left. So to get it out, we'll go 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, and now we need 3 zeros. Here they are. So let's try a subtraction now. First, notice that these powers of 10 are different. 10 to the negative 7, 10 to the negative 4. So we can either change the negative 7 to the negative 4 or the negative 4 to the negative 7. I think what I'll do here in this one is I'll change the negative 4 to the negative 7. So that's going to give us this problem, 911.2 times 10 to the negative 7 minus, now I want to change this negative 4 to a negative 7. So think about, how did we get the decimal here? So the power of 10 tells us we moved this decimal place 4 places because this is negative. We went to the right. So we must have gone like decimal 1, 2, 3, 4. That got us right to here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But we want 7, so let's keep going. 5, 6, 7. So it looks like we're going to have 821.4. So 821.4 times 10 to the negative 7. Now, we're just going to make this subtraction right here. We're going to take 911.2 minus 821.4 times, and then that common power of 10, negative 7. And now this 911.2 minus 821.4 is 89.8 times our 10 to the negative 7. But this number, you know, is not quite in scientific form. We've got, here's a decimal point, we've got 2 non-zero digits to the left. We want only 1. So let's make our change. How did we get it here? So we must have moved it. Look at the power of 10. 7 places. This tells us the direction. We moved that decimal place 7 places to the right. So it's like we started over here. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like we went too far. Let's back it off 1 to make it 6. So we're going to have 8.98 times 10 to the negative 6. There we go.